Do Americans really buy coffee from coffee shops every day? I am not even American and I get a coffee from a cafe almost every workday too. It's just better than what I make and it is nice pause in the day too. Sure, I could save what? €60 a month if I did not. But without all the little pleasures I might as well not bother living in the first fucking place. Some do. There's lots of different places you can get coffee from. The free coffee where I work is not very good. Most don't. Some do. It's a meme at this point, mostly boosted by obnoxious people suggesting anyone struggling financially must be doing so because of an expensive coffee habit or other such frivolous things. Generally workplaces have coffee, yes, but not all do and not everyone is in a permanent location. Contrary to the Starbucks girl stereotype, most of the people I've known who bought breakfast daily were dudes in construction, and it's more gas stations than Starbucks. A ton of people that are going to coffee shops very often here are getting specialty drinks. They aren't getting a regular coffee with a little cream and sugar. I'd argue that most of these folks don't even like actual coffee. The drinks they get are loaded with so much sugar and flavors that you barely taste the coffee. Yes, do workplaces in America not provide free coffee? Sometimes, but not everywhere. Do people not have coffee makers at home? A lot of people do, yeah. Coffee shops are also just a social part of the culture. It's definitely not just an American thing. People go to cafes all the time in places like France and Italy too. While you can get plain coffee at a Starbucks, what most people get is a kind of hot coffee flavored milkshake, and that takes more effort to prepare than most people are willing to put in themselves in the office, or even at home. Grab coffee from a shop maybe once a week as a treat. Most folks I know make it at home or work, but those fancy drinks are tempting sometimes. I worked at a Starbucks in a metropolitan area that was surrounded by universities and hospitals. Most customers were buying something complicated, a frappuccino, an iced matcha, a white chocolate mocha. Stuff you could make at home with the right resources, but no one does that. I'd say our clientele was 40 academic students, professors, etc., 40 medical professionals, and 20 normal people going about their day. We learned right at the beginning that Starbucks' whole appeal is based on the idea of the third place. Yes, people could make coffee at home or work, but what they want is to have an excuse to be somewhere else for like 15 minutes. Their whole marketing scheme is based on it. I think for most people, it's not an everyday thing, but like a treat once a week or couple of weeks from my experience, and most workplaces do have coffee, and I personally wouldn't have time to grab Starbucks before work. Lol. Grab coffee from a shop occasionally. It's more about the experience than necessity. Workplaces do provide free coffee. Some people bring coffee from home. However, some people don't like these options for whatever reason, usually because they prefer more elaborate drinks or are lazy and elect to buy their own on their way in. Some truly addicted people do indeed go to the Starbucks drive-thru every single morning like clockwork. Some do. I don't. I mean, most American households also keep coffee pots and coffee makers. But gotta admit, I need some excuse to leave my office some days, and grabbing a cup of coffee is a valid excuse to go outside. Financial hardship. Nah, that's just a stupid boomer talking points trying to blame poverty as an individual failing rather than a gross concentration of wealth. There are over 300 million people in the USA. Every combination of behavior you can think of applies to many people. Some have coffee makers and some do not. Some buy coffee and some make it at home. Some don't drink coffee at all. A lot of the people who are in coffee shops every day are teenagers or young adults. Older people often make a pot. A lot of it is social media influence as well. Yes, many people stop at coffee shops daily to consume on their commutes or because their office coffee isn't very good. While not all offices provide free coffee, it's virtually universal. I've never in 25 years working ever had a job not offer free coffee. I don't personally. The Starbucks near my house knows my dad on a first-name basis and starts his order as soon as he walks in. He's one of the first people to show up every day when they open. Ever meet an Italian? It's a nice break. Leave the office, walk to Dunk's mid-afternoon with a couple people, chit-chat, get fresh air. It's not about the coffee, it's about leaving the office. I don't even drink coffee. I drink tea. A nice fancy coffee treat might be the best part of my day, so I'll spend the $7 on that nice coffee as I look forward to it.